Right, we are live. So, hi everyone. How you guys doing today? Hope you are all well. It's been a while on the show, right? I was quite busy last week, so I think we had a show anyway from one of my team. We had a show, but at least you've missed my face. So today we are on it again, and with another excellent episode, which is selling in the time of economy uncertainty. And live with me is our guests, the sales and the closing queen herself. Um, as Bolaji, so the queen of closer. So you should know that today's show is gonna be banger, right? It's gonna be banger. Trust me. So, welcome, Asana. How are you doing today? Hope you are well. How are you doing today, Asana? Hope you are well.
I'm doing, yes, I'm doing
Amazing,
great. Thank you so much.
amazing, amazing. It's our pleasure to have you on the show today. If this is your first time of joining DMi Show, so DMi Show is a weekly show for marketers, small business owners who want to know what is working and what is not working in digital marketing. So, and you know, we try to look at quite a number of topics, anything related to digital marketing whatsoever. That's what we look at on DMI Show. And if this is your first time on the show, be sure to follow our page on LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as Insta. And as usual, if you are joining us, let me know where you are joining us from so that I can give you a shout out on the show. So you just mention your name and where you are joining from. Right? That's it. So to be on the show, to get your name on the stage. So quickly, we're going to be spending 30 to 45 minutes on this show today, and we're going to be looking at a very critical topic at this time of the year. All right, this is the end of the year, right?
Yes.
Where right where uh business owners or small business now where this is a time where they record most of the sales. If you could
Yes.
maximize this time, right, this is the best time
Of
for you
course.
to drop all the money you've left on the table for your competitor, for the past 11 months. If you could
Mm.
maximize the end of the year sales, the Christmas, the New Year, the Black Friday has already gone, and you could remember that according to CNBC, we have about 9.8 billion dollar in US. Like
Hmm.
that's the record of sales that it was made during the Black Friday in US. $9.8 billion. Right? That is quite number. That is like massive compared to what they have been having before, what they have been having before in the past year, right? $9.8 billion. So that's to tell you that this is a time where people buy. People are waiting for time where there is discounts on products, right? So and they just chunk in what they want to buy. Maybe they've been keeping a lot of things to buy and they just jump on it because there are lots of lots of
Amazing
what's it called?
offers.
Yes,
Amazing offers.
yeah, exactly. Much of offers these days, right? The price of product is reduced. So quickly, Asana, could you introduce yourself to our audience? Let's take it from there.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Hassanah Bolaji, also known as AG, the Queen of Closers. Yes, and I'm so glad to be here. I'm a sales and marketing strategist. I help personal and business brands. I empower them. I help them elevate, through tailored approaches that deliver real-time results. And I'm so glad to be on DMi Show with you all.
It's our pleasure to have you on the show, Asana. So, Asana, could you want us to start from? Take us through your journey. How do you, where are you coming from in terms of your experience? All right. How do you venture into sales? And what's your experience like? Let's start from there.
Okay, okay. I will start from being a digital creator. Let me start from that. Okay, as a sales and marketing strategist, I started as a copywriter. I'm still a copywriter. But then as you venture into marketing, you see different, phases of marketing. Copywriting is not just, it's just, what's it called? I would say, and is an integral part of marketing. So I'm also into digital marketing, sales closing, copywriting, and all of that. Then my journey, it has been smooth and it has been rough. Like it has been smooth and it has been rough. I remember in 2021, I was very active, like very active online. But 2022, due to some glitches, life challenges and all of that, and we are humans, so will be faced with one or two things, as we move forward in life. So I altered my brand. I put a halt to it at that moment. But now this 2023, I'm back. Although I might not really be, putting myself out there like I should. I'm a serving call member. I've got loads of things, but regardless, I'm still very active, especially offline. I have clients I'm working for, doubling as a social media marketer, as a sales and marketing strategist for small businesses, for startups, and freelancing and all of that. And I'm also teaching, and I'm here with you. So,
Great, great. Well done for all you've done for yourself, Asana. Well done. Thumbs up.
thank
So,
you.
Asana, let's get into the topic, right? So, this is, as I've said earlier, this is the time of uncertainty, not only in Nigeria, anyway, right? Quite a number of countries they are facing with a lot of economic downtown, right? They are saying, the issue of what's it called, economic crisis, right? Currency downtown, right, is facing all of it. I mean, not only Nigeria, basically. So, in your experience as a salesperson, sales professional, right? So, what could you say about this time in terms of sales, this time of uncertainty? How has been your experience with the clients you work with?
The experience has been, it's been somehow, and it's been good. But then what I would say that I detected is that as a business owner, whether you are offline or you're online, although it's quite obvious that most businesses are moving online now. So you have to prepare for economic uncertainties. Like, they say the only thing that is constant in life is change. You understand? So change keeps coming, keeps coming. So personally, I feel whenever I when I set my goals, maybe for a particular project or something I want to delve into, I make sure there is room, ample room for changes, ample room for improvement, and you understand, trying to sort what's called infuse one thing into another in order to keep going. You understand? So I believe as business owners, we should have that. I feel one of the problems that makes some business, when they face some challenges and they are nowhere to be seen again, is because majority of them might not really, put into consideration when planning their projects or planning their businesses. They might not really put into consideration times where there will be, maybe low patronage, low sales, or like COVID-19. Look at COVID-19. COVID-19 caught us unaware, you understand? But
Mm-hmm.
despite that, there are some people that they've already foreseen such an event. they foresee that something like that might happen. Or maybe they read it through history that something like that has happened. You understand? So they planned towards it, looking at their what's called the products, their services, their audience. So they made provision. They have plan B. They made the provision that in case this does not go, this would go. You understand? So it won't catch them unawares. Look at some businesses like COVID-19. When we look at COVID-19, we see that COVID-19 brought a whole lot of us into limelight, like a whole lot of digital creators. It's brought us
Right.
into limelight. You understand? It made people know that okay, so there is a work out there. There is a kind of job out there that I can do. I can just sit in my home, and thanks to COVID-19, some people never knew anything of such happened. But you wouldn't
Mm.
believe that there are some people now that they still don't know. And it's not as if they are, I don't know, perhaps their environment could be the limiting factor for not letting them know. They are not aware, they are not informed, they don't know what is happening. So those people, they will still be like, like they say there are some people now that they lost their jobs during the COVID-19. So having lost their jobs, they are unable to bounce back. But trust me, my brother, some people lost their jobs and now they even bounced back better, like seriously. In fact, COVID-19 opened doors for them that they never knew they could venture into. And it's because they prepared, although they might not prepare in the aspect of, okay, knowing that the pandemic is coming, but it starts from the mindset. They prepared with their mind that whatsoever thing that comes to play, they are going to, they said if life throws what's called a lime at you, you make a lemonade out of it. So it has been like that for me too. So irrespective of the way the economy is or challenges I'm facing in my journey as a sales and marketing strategist, I keep evolving because I have put plans in place for such involvement.
Hmm. Brilliant. That's a brilliant start, to start from. So, Asana, I kind of like your perspective on how to prepare ahead for uncertain time, right? Is to have a plan B, right? I think that's a very good point right there. So I want you to speak to the fact that before, let's say before the eventuality comes, maybe there is a strategy you are using before, and when the eventuality actually come, I believe there will be a change in strategy that you use in terms of making out of sales, record a lot of what's it called, success in terms of your selling. So I want you to speak to two or three strategy that you use, during this time of uncertainty when things change overnight. What are those strategies that you've used by for yourself or for your clients that actually worked out better? Yeah.
Okay, firstly, one of the strategies is to calm down. It might look so trivial. That's the truth.
Interesting.
It might look so
Interesting.
trivial, but you have to
Hmm.
calm down. So when you
Yeah.
calm down, when you slow down, you are able to see things on a clearer view. You understand? But if you are too like if you're overwhelmed with what happened with the eventuality, and you'll be like, what will I do? What's happening to my business? What will happen to my business? No, you're gonna have a tough time out there. So the first thing I did, I calmed down. So when I calm down, then the next thing to do is to re-strategize. I re-strategize. I look, okay, let's for example, I have a what's it called, a sales copy that I write for a particular client as a copywriter, and it has been their control copy. They've been using it. It's been working. It's been driving in sales for them massively. But then all of a sudden, and I don't know, and something just happened that the copy that has been working perfectly, although while it's working, we are tweaking, right? We are tweaking one way or the other. But then all of a sudden it's just stopped working, like you're not getting, and you're just looking at what really went wrong. So the first thing is to calm down, re-strategize, check. Is there something you've added to your product? Or is there something that invaded your product? Or even are there channels or barriers to the copy? Is it through the marketing what's it called, campaigns that you send it through? Is it through the kind of audience you target? Perhaps you usually target what's called people, what's called from the ages of 18 to 20, perhaps you're 18 to 35, perhaps you're selling airpods, and all of a sudden you said that this would have been your active buyers, they are not buying again, and there might have been a mistake. You understand? There might have been an error somewhere that you don't know that happened. Maybe you mistakenly, what's it called? Maybe the marketing campaign you did, maybe the person you gave it to also mistakenly targeted, the wrong audience. Like there's a place I manage. What's it called? It's a fashion brand. So I manage their or the whole of their marketing. What's it called? The whole of their marketing. The marketing part of their business. You understand? So she told me that there was this time before I came on board that she wanted to run ads, and that person she gave the ads to, well, she thought maybe the person is, you understand, an expert. So she gave the ads to the person, but then unfortunately the person, just ran the ads to the wrong type of audience. And she has been running ads before giving it to the person, you understand? So the person just ran to the wrong type of audience, and it's brought down the sales, it's brought down, it's a whole lot of things, and she could not, get what she expected at that time. So now, without digressing, when issues like that come on board, so the first thing I do, like I said earlier, I'm reiterating, is to calm down. I will calm down and re-strategize. What happened? What went wrong? What can I do? You understand? What structures do I need to put in place? What structures do I need to pull down? You understand? That's one. Then secondly, I make more plans. I make more plans in case, that thing has opened my eyes to a whole lot of things that, wow, if this could happen, there's something is it from my end? Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, yes, you are back. You are back.
Oh, all right, all right. So, like I'm saying, the second thing, as I was saying, is for you to look at it that, okay, I need to plan more. You need to have more plans in place. The eventuality brought you to think, to change your thinking faculty into another, in another direction. You're able to see that, okay, I was looking at A before. Now I need to look at B. Then after looking at B, and you see that this B can suffice you, can help you come out of the eventuality. Then after that, and you see that things are already working, don't relax. Don't do what? Don't relax. Just have more plans. Look at C to Z. Look at C to Z. So when you have enough plans on ground and you keep tweaking, you keep testing, you keep experimenting to know what would work, you keep being aloof, and you understand, you keep aloof, you keep being aloof, and you will what's it called, all those things you have planned, all those goals you have planned, created for yourself, you'll be able to achieve it easily. Then the first
Hmm.
thing I do is to innovate in your business, irrespective of whatsoever, irrespective of the thing that has happened. You have to keep innovating. You have to keep what? Innovating. You don't know, okay, now something happened, and you're like, okay, this your competitor, you have a competitor, and on a norms, you checked everything about the competitor, you've done your competitor's profiling, and you see that no, you are doing way better than they are doing, right? But all of a sudden, they are selling more than you are. You understand? They are selling more than you are, and they have a competitor edge now. So what would you might not know what is happening. Maybe they did something in their business that is quite innovative. They were looking at it that, okay, they were selling like this before. They have to pop up their game. They will look at you. They will peep into your own business. Once they peep into your own business, peep into some other people's business, and with some little things that comes to their head too, some creative ideas, they join everything together, and you see their products coming out more beautiful and creating problems easily than the one you were creating. So you have to be innovative. You don't have to fix your mind to a particular design or a particular way your product is working, you have to be innovative and keep adding specs to your product to make it better and to make it, greater than your competitors, to have a competitor edge. So I feel those are the three. So you have to calm down. You have to you have to re-strategize by having so many plans in place. Then the third one, you have to innovate. So that's what I use, and it works.
Excellent, excellent point right there, Asana. So, as you've had Asana, right, during this uncertain time, when things hit you up that you didn't, expect, the first thing is that you have to, take a seat and relax, right? As Asana has rightly said.
Exactly.
So, revisit your plan and innovate. Asana, you made a very profound point at the end of your when you were speaking, that innovation. And what I could see from what you say is actually spying into your competitor. That is a very profound point right there. Very, very profound point right there. I learned this from Gary V. Gary V actually, I learned from him that there is nothing actually new in this world, especially in marketing. And you could not be the almighty, or saying that your strategy is the hallmark of selling, right? You have the seeing yourself as you have the hallmark of selling, right? What you have to do is that you have to look at your competitor, what they are doing, right? Pick from A from there and merge it together with your own creative idea, as you have rightly said. I love your point so much. Like, it's not about only picking your competitor ideas, right? You are adding your own idea. Asana, I want you to speak more into spying competitor. What are the tools that you use? I know you are more of copywriting. Maybe you are not much into campaign, I guess. So, but I want you to speak. If you've run campaign before, or you have understand you are out, you can speak into that too. But in terms of copy, right? How do you spy? Is there any special tools that you use in checking competitor out and all of that? I want you to speak into that. Thank you.
Okay, okay. So copywriting is very much related to sales closing. I hope you know. So, and when you look at closing sales, one key thing, one key thing that makes you be a great closer, or that makes closing, closable. Let me use it that way, is by being what? By studying humans, by studying those you want to sell to, by studying your audience. You understand? So now one thing is spying on competitor. One thing you have to understand is you have to understand human psychology. When you understand human psychology quite right, you'll be able to know, okay, this is your competitor. At times you have to be very strategic. It's not that you're stealing. There's some people that they say they are spying into their competitor. You understand? They are rather stealing. They are rather stealing. They are not being strategic. They are not being strategic with what they are doing. In fact, they don't have, I would say they don't really have much upstairs themselves, to add to what the information getting, you understand, they are gathering, you understand. But then, if you have a strong view or knowledge of human psychology, you will know when, you will know how, and you will know why you need to spy on this person. That your competitor, you will know you will study the that's what I do. When I do competitors profiling, what I use, I try as much as possible to bring, into play my head game when it comes to human psychology. You understand human psychology, their behavioral patterns, and all of that. So I study the competitor quite right. Once I study the competitor, I know the kind of person he or she is. I know how he or she, deals with people, deals with his or her audience, deals with his or her product and the marketing strategies. If I'm able to get, then that is what I use. That is one key tool that I use. That is one key tool that I use. Because if you do not have this knowledge of human psychology, There is no how you are going to catch your competitor unaware. There's no how you're going to catch them unaware by bringing up something highly innovative. There is no how. So you need to have the knowledge of human psychology. Then another thing that I saw use is to stay, what's it called, in trends. You have to be up to date. You have to be in trends. You have to know what's happening. You can't just say that, oh, this is what I heard people saying. Well, I don't know if it's true or not. You have to go out there, find it to know if it is true or if it is not. Do as many researches you can do as possible. So if you're able to do that, you're going to really not just spying on your competitor, you are going to, come up with awesome strategy to be highly innovative and to to make them see you as an authority and make them also want to spy on you again. You understand? Then another key thing is being your competitor's friend. Yes, by getting their products. When you get their products, when you get your competitor's products, let's say for instance, for example now, you're someone that is into LinkedIn optimization. So you're into LinkedIn optimization, although you have quite a number of students or people you've trained,
I think Asana
right?
has a
A
network
large
issue.
audience. Oh yes, that's network issue. So you have someone out there that is doing greatly. You understand? That has all the strategies in place, have a pool of audience, have proven results, real-time results, no lies, authentic ones. No, how do you do? How do you? At times you might put your human psychology tactics in place. It might not really take you to where. It might not really hit the what's it called, the point you're looking for. It might not really hit it. You might have your researches done here and there. You might still not really get there. Let's say both combined, you might get a 60%. But being their friend, being in their circle, buying their products will make you know
Mm.
exactly. When you buy the products, you will know that, hey, so this LinkedIn optimization, this is what this person is actually teaching. In fact, you'll be shocked to even find out that there's nothing really new. Just little facts that perhaps you didn't think of, maybe due to we have different circles we keep. You understand? Maybe just one info from such a person's circle, and she included it in her LinkedIn optimization course or training, and that's making her get as many people as possible buy from her, and they are getting results. But if you are able to make such a person your friend, that competitor, make them your friend. No hating. Don't hate anyone. No hating. You guys to get together we are one. Together we win. We rise by lifting others. Lift yourselves. You understand? Be their friend, but make sure that you buy from them. So when you buy from them, you will be ingrained into knowing what's happening in your competitors' business, and you'll be able to use that, like I said earlier, use that and some other thoughts. When you see a new strategy, some other thoughts would come your way, some creative thoughts would come your way, and you'll be like, wow, wow, wow. You never thought into that direction, but knowing what your competitor is using that it's working would open that door of creativity for you, and you just harness it and you start implementing. So those are the tools I feel I use when it comes to copywriting or marketing.
Woo! This is this is quite an awesome point right there. I mean, if you're on this session today, I mean, you should be, you know, you should spray money to Asana because it's giving high level information right here. High level information for you to how you could actually sell, during the uncertain time, like this time, all right? Is for you to spy your audience and go a long way to actually be their friend. I mean, that actually got me entirely. Thank you very much for sharing that. So, as I know,
Welcome.
you spoke about um sales psychology, right? And I think psychology is actually the heart of selling. If you cannot study the emotion, if you cannot study the, you know, you cannot profile the psychology of people you are selling to, you're going to be wasting a lot of money. All right. So I want you to shed more light into that. Help our audience, right? Talk to them. Is there any tool? I mean, or can you take us through how you do it in terms of studying, in terms of say psychology, in terms of studying the psychology of a potential customer? Can you speak into that? Can you speak more into that?
All
If
right.
there's any tools or anything whatsoever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the first thing, when it comes to sales psychology, the first thing is be truthful. No, be truthful. Don't say because I want to sell, you want to make the box, you understand, and you're trying to coin things that would resemble, tactics of sales psychology. No, you have to be truthful. As a sales and marketing strategist, I call myself a solution provider. I call myself a problem solver. For my brand, I have core values. And one of my core values is integrity. And when we're talking of integrity, integrity is so wide. And one of the elements of integrity is honesty, is truthfulness. You understand? So the first thing is you have to be truthful. You have to be truthful. Do you truly want to solve this person's problem, or you want to reap them? You understand? Do you want to solve their problems, or you want to reap them? So for you to leverage on sales psychology, one of the key things, like I said, and I'm still reiterating, is to be truthful. So once you're truthful and clear on your intention for making a customer come from being a stranger to a buying customer, then to a raving fan, you have to be truthful. Now, another thing I can say truthfulness is that you should not be salesy. You shouldn't be salesy. So there are so
Mm,
many what's it called, sales psychology tactics or strategies, I would say. Let me say strategies that I would say that you can use. Firstly, you have to know your audience. Who are your audience? Who are those people you're targeting? Let's say, for example, I'm targeting high ticket buyers. I'm targeting high ticket buyers. I know that when I say high ticket buyers, I know these people, they've got the money, they are sophisticated, they've got the affluence, you understand? So now I know that the money is there. So for my product, the money, no, for them paying for my product, the money isn't their problem. You understand? You have the money. But their problem is when you make your thorough research, their problem is this product of yours that you're talking about. How true can it solve my problem? Tried
mm,
so many similar products of different services, and it's not working. It's not giving me my desired result. You understand? It's not giving me what I want. Now this is your own. How can you convince me that this thing works? And for you to target a high ticket audience with the kind of services you render, you would have known that the services are loaded with value. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot be expecting big money and be giving out shoddy works, be giving out bad services, be giving out something that's not gonna worth their money. You understand? So one of the what's called strategies that I put in place, something from me that I put in place, is to firstly know that truthfully, do I want to solve this person's problem? If I'm able to answer in the affirmative that yes, I want to solve this person's problem, then I'll be like, this is my product. This solution provider that I said I have, is it up to the task? Can it deliver? Okay, if I'm convinced that it can deliver, now I have my audience already. My audience is a sophisticated person. He or she has tried so many products. The money is not the problem. Forget it. If such a person will not even price, pricing will not even be their problem. But their problem is they'll bombard you with different objectives, different objections. They have so many objections that they want you to eat real hard and provide answers for. And if they're able to provide the answers truthfully, by also juxtaposing it with your own products, like, okay, this person is asking, let's say, for instance, I say I'm a sales and marketing strategist, and I help people. Let me use LinkedIn as as a case study. I help people gain influence on LinkedIn. Now, I should be able to show results, real-time results. I should go to the level of, okay, one thing that might be going on in the mind of my uh, prospective clients, or my prospective sophisticated clients, is that, okay, you're showing me this result. I've bought so many LinkedIn courses. They showed me results, but then they under-delivered. In fact, some did not deliver. How do you want me to believe yours? Now you can go as far as bringing somebody on board, even if you can meet the person physically, that your prospect. If you can meet the person physically, bring someone as, you understand, what's your cost, bring the person on board, let them interact, give them proofs, more like, okay, go to this person has a page, such a person you are bringing to witness, as a witness, wouldn't want their image to be tarnished, right? So for you to have done that, it means you are 100% sure that this thing that I'm selling, I'm so sure of it. You understand? So you have to take your clients, you have to take that your prospective clients, you have to take them extra mile, on convincing them, extra mile on answering even their most, secretive, what's it called, objections. Objections that are so dear to them and yet secretive, they don't want you to know. And but they have it. You have to answer it. You have to answer it truthfully with your product. So once you are able to do that, I feel you are going to, what's called, achieve your aim. You will solve the person's problem, and you're also going to have your own reward. That is by getting your own money. So it's going to be a win-win for both parties. So one of the key things I use is truthfulness. Then the second is knowing fully well, that this thing works. This thing that I'm saying works, and taking them extra mile to show them that I'm sure that this thing will. It's not taking extra mile through being desperate, through desperation. No, taking them through extra mile, truthfully showing the results, letting them know that you really want to help them. You really want to help them see results, get the results, and live in the, what's it called, the physical moments of those results. So that's
Hmm.
one of the sales
Interesting.
strategies.
So what I hear you
Sales
saying, what I
psychology.
hear you saying right there, Asana, is the fact that saying the uncertain time might be hard, but if you could be, very, you know, um, you know, you could be very truthful in what you are doing and what you are saying about your products, right? And you could also deliver value. You could, match your truthfulness with your value. Not that being truthful alone might not really help. You still have to,
Oh,
add more
yes.
value. And the third thing is you have to show a receipt, of what your product has done, and that is where testimony come right there, right? Show testimony, right? If one go to a lender, you could bring people that things that you teach, or things that you sell that have already worked for them, bring them on board and speak to your prospects, right? It will go a very long way. That's a very, very, very good point right there. And so, as I have to speak to, especially selling in Nigeria, branding is very, very important.
Network. I don't seem to hear you again. Hello. Hello.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it was my network.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
So, selling in time of uncertainty, especially in Nigeria, is very, very hard, right? And branding could go a long way could be one of the integrating factor that could help you to sell better during uncertain time. All right. So, I've seen a lot of businesses. They are being truthful with what they sell, right? They have a lot of things to show for it, but yet, selling to Nigeria, you have the experience how hard it could be, right? So I want you to just a little bit just speak to branding, how branding could help, you know, in integrated with value and testimony, you know, to achieve more sales during this uncertain time.
Okay. So branding can come in place by you firstly identifying yourself, have core values put in place. Now, when you identify yourself, you identify your real self, your authentic self. After that, then you have your core values. When your core values are in place, they are in check, then okay, who are you targeting? Your audience. They are those people that you are starting the business for. Without them, you don't have a business, you understand, because you cannot sell to yourself, you understand. So the branding aspect of it is that once you know yourself, you have a style. I think one of the problems we have in Nigeria is that we want to, imitate people. I want to see this one doing this. Let me quickly jump. Let me do this. What can I do for my brand again? You understand? You're not certain. You don't even know what your brand stands for. You're not even clear on the purpose of the brand you're building. You understand? So the first thing is,
Mm,
if you are clear on the brand you're building, and you're so authentic about it, you understand, you're authentic about it, you're being your real self. Although being your real self doesn't mean you should rest on complacency. It doesn't mean you should have a fixed mindset and not being able to explore. But being your real self is that by being authentic, by not lying to be who you are not, you understand, then you ingrain that into your products. So in terms of what's it called, economic downtowns, in terms of era like this, take Nigeria as an example, take some products as an example. Like, within the last 2 weeks, I went to buy, was it bread? Yes, I think it was bread. And the person told me that, this bread, I was like, why? What happened? This bread has reduced in size. It reduced in size and the money has increased a bit. No,
mm,
no, the money didn't increase. But the particular bread, the money didn't increase, but it's reduced in size. So I was not like,
yes.
what happened? The person was not like, the seller was not like, these people have been increasing the price. They've been increasing it, and their competitors, some of their competitors who are not increasing their prices, are already selling more than they do. But instead of reducing their price again, because the bread is a very is the one with such a very great quality. So they're like, okay, instead of reducing what's it called, instead of increasing the price again, that they should just reduce a bit, but without compromising the quality of their
The
bread. If you
quality.
taste it, it's still
Mm,
like you've always bought it. So now in situations like this, just look for ways you can come in to keep thriving. You understand? One of the ways to come in is by increasing your price. You understand? But before you can do that, you have to know, like I said earlier, know who your brand is or what your brand is, then know who you are catering for. You have to be authentic. You don't have to be anybody else. You understand? When you know who you're catering for, you know who your brand, what your brand stands for. You're authentic, and you know who you're creating for. Then, when issues like this comes on board, and you see that no, this thing might might take me out of business. If I'm not careful, this thing might, my integrity might be in line. If I'm not careful, this is my core values as a brand. Then you look for some other ways, maybe by increasing your customer support system or by increasing your price. You might not really increase it like that, but at least adding pets, but making sure the quality of your product still stands. So once it stands, people that know it, and by the way, I know, I trust business A, irrespective of what's happening, in the what's called in the economy, their product still remains top notch. Even though they had little, what's called, they increased their price, is the quality is still retained. You understand? So there are so many ways you can go. Like I said, improve on your customer support system, check your pricing. You can also access your what's it called? You review your finances. You review your cash flow. You check everything. Review your budget. If you need to cut costs on some things that will not affect the product itself, like that, you understand, that will not affect the quality. Maybe you need to lay off some people, maybe some of your workers, some of your employees for the time being. You can, at least just for the time being, you can. But that one might not really like that. If you lay off some people, you can just add little, it can just be little increments in the salary or the pay of the remaining ones. But you know that the cost has been cut to an appreciable amount, and you're still able to thrive. You understand? So
Okay,
that's
interesting points, Asano. Thank you very much. And if you are joining us if you are just joining us, don't forget to mention your name. We are joining us from, and if this is your first time on DMi Show, do well to follow us. Do well to follow us on LinkedIn, Insta, YouTube, as well as Facebook. So, and today, live with us is Hassanah Bolaji, and we are looking at a very interesting topic, which is selling in the time of economic uncertainty. Can we all understand how Nigeria it is? I mean, and all over the world, all right? So, and that's where we are trying to dissect on this course, this show tonight. So, as I know, I have a question regarding what you've said, right? Regarding pricing specifically. I think pricing is I just kept that question for this moment.
okay.
Pricing is the main what's it called, factor,
Yes,
issue,
yes.
yes, that determines what happens to your sales during a time of uncertainty. Because what does uncertainty means is when the country is in economic mess, in economic crisis, there is no money in circulation, right? So, and when, and the simple rule of economics is that when the demand is low, the when the sub is it demand when the demand is
When
quite
did the
low,
money?
when the
Okay.
demand is low, right? The people supplying,
So,
they cannot even sell, right? So the lower the
mm.
demand, maybe the lower the supply, right? So I want you to speak to pricing in this time of economic uncertainty, right? What can you advise from your personal experience to businesses? What can they do regarding pricing? Is it advisable for them to reduce price? And don't forget, they are also buying materials for them to build their product and all of that. And they are not; those materials are not bought in a very cheap price, right? So should they them now reduce their because they want to sell? Is it advisable from a professional point of view for them to reduce price? And if it's not advisable, what strategy can they use to even sell despite the fact that the pricing remain the same, in this economy uncertainty time?
All right. Okay. I would say you should not reduce price. But then I would also say at times we might look at reducing the prices. You understand? But then this is how it is. This is how it is. When issues like this happen, when issues like this happen, firstly we have to know the cause of it. Let's say Nigeria as an example now, using Nigeria as a case study, we can see that corruption, it's corruption and global inflation is part of what is affecting us, the removal of, and also the removal of, false subsidy and all of that. So it's part of what is really causing the inflation, you understand? But then, like let's say for example now, prices of foodstuffs. Now, if governments are able to put structures in place to review the whole issue, if they're able to put structures in place to review the whole issue, and they're able to provide certain, should I say, aiding tactics or aiding strategies in place, then market men and women can reduce their price. They can be favorable. They can be lenient to the masses, to their fellow people. You understand? But in situation whereby they too they are getting everything, just like you rightly mentioned, the materials or the means of transportation to bring the what's it called, the products. I'm using foodstuffs as a case study now. From the producer down to the end user is nothing to write home about. Then in such situations, and there are no strategies put in place by the government or by some corporate organizations to help alleviate or at least reduce, even if it's minimal, you understand, reduce it, then I feel there's nothing they can do. But the only thing the business owners can then do on their own part is to make sure that what they are giving to their customers, what they are giving to the end users, to the consumers, is top notch, is of great quality. Now you might ask me that, is it still adding more materials to the product, or how can they do that? The great quality can be in terms of, I would say, should I say compromising on some things or sacrificing? Let's say, for instance, someone buys something from you and you want to like deliver to the person, and you know the amount of things the person bought already. So one of the things, instead of giving the person a full, delivery, what's it called, fee, you can just, be considerate enough. If it's just look at it, be considerate enough to either give a discount off the delivery fee, or you just maybe slash it into, just look for ways. And such a consumer will be like, no, this person is quite what's it called, considerate, and is helping us. That's why the fact that we are spending a whole lot of money, more than we usually do. But this person has still created avenue. This person has created avenue to still make buying from he or she, what's it called, less stressful. Because when you're spending too much money and you're getting very little things in return, you're being stressed. You're stressed emotionally, you're stressed mentally, financially, you will be stressed. So, but then when you're giving your clients such packs, such aids, it makes them, without you reducing your price,
Nice.
it makes them
Mm.
want to be like, okay, I'll still keep doing business with you. And there's some other perks you can add. Like I said, sacrifice. You need to sacrifice in situations like this. Some things just has to be in place. One of it is sacrifices. You have to sacrifice. Okay, now this person bought this thing. Can you add little things to it? Okay, this person bought pepper, and the person is crying out, hey, I bought pepper, and I have just little, what's it called, tomatoes at home, and the little tomatoes cannot suffice for the pepper that I bought. As the person is talking like that, you can just be like, okay, madam, I will give you little pepper, I will give you little tomatoes. Even if it's just one round tomato you're able to add, the person
Mm.
will be convinced that no, you are, despite the fact that there is increase in the prices, or the prices you do not you didn't bring it down, you're still trying as hard as you could to put something in place to make them have a joyful sale, what's it called, buying or
Buying
patronage or
experience.
purchase,
Mm.
yes, from
Mm.
you.
Mm.
Then another way you can
Amazing.
do that is to increase your customer support system. You have to, even
Mm.
if you don't want to increase your price, You have to, keep asking your customers, keep, inquiring from them to know how best you can serve them. You can make them
Mm.
understand that you can break it down for them. This is the amount I incur in trying to get this product, all for you. I understand the situation of the country. I know you are also trying to make money to buy from me is not easy. But then there are other ways I can come in place for you. Maybe the product is kind of faulty or it didn't really serve them like that. You can look for ways to, help them have an enjoyable, what's it called, purchase. You understand? Make level up your customer service, what's it called, game. Then another thing is about reduction. To be very honest, in times like this, you need to also, what's it called, you need to consider reducing your prices. But it depends on products and services. To be very honest, not all products or services can be reduced. You understand? But most times
Mm.
you have to be considerate enough to also reduce because people will not buy. One of the challenges business owners are facing now, small business owners, so to say, they are facing now is lack of patronage. People will not buy.
I think we lost us.
Okay,
We lost
now
us.
you're still like, okay, I'm back. So last week, someone wanted to repair our phone, so the phone was repaired. But unfortunately, the phone got spoiled again, and she was like, she has repaired this phone over and over again. And someone would answer. The person said, buy a new phone. And she was like, buy a new phone in this economy. And no,
Mm.
instead of buying that phone, the money I will use to buy that phone, I would rather take out of the money to repair this again. I know I'm going to see this to repair. I will manage it. The remaining money, I will use it to feed my children. I will use it to eat. You can imagine. Now, the phone sellers, those that are selling phone, will they see money to eat? There will be low patronage because, but if they're able to reduce price, let's say they're able to reduce price to an appreciable amount, people would consider buying. That is, if they still can afford it. But then in businesses, it's not really advisable. That's why you have to foresee some things. You don't come into business for just the present. You come into the business, you need to come into the business for the long game, for the long time. You need to come into business for survival. There was this thing I put on my a LinkedIn post, was it day before yesterday or so, that talked about how you can, build a business that lasts forever, how you can gain wealth, in your business. And I talked about survivor. You have to build business for survivor. So when you build business for survivor, you would have seen some things. You would have seen some uncertainties. Even if these uncertainties are coming as, should I call it as marriage? You're not clear, you're not sure, you understand. But then you make your research and plan ahead. So you would have known, I'm a high ticket sales and marketing strategist. This is my price. Yes. I have range. Let's say I charge between $3,000 to $5,000 for consultancy. You understand? For consultancy. And in situations like this, I see somebody that is so intentional that wants to scale up their business, with proven sales and marketing, strategies. And I really want to help the person, although I wouldn't want my emotions to be in place. I have to see that this thing I'm giving them, I know is valuable. So their money has to worth it, and they have to be ready to pay for it because in the long run, the gain they will get from this will be measurable. You understand? It will be so numerous, it will be much. Now, what I can just do is that I know personally is that I might not tell them that my range is between $3,000 to $5,000. You understand? So I might just tell the person, maybe the person like, I cannot pay $5,000, I cannot do this. I'm like, okay, how about 4 5? Or another person, how about 4,000? You understand? Till I get
Mm.
to my minimum, to my minimum amount, which is 3,000. And I know that no, I've been considerate enough. So, and it's because I have ingrained it. I have ingrained it in parts of my plans while setting up the business. You understand? So pricing, it depends, but most times it is not advisable to keep dropping your prices because of what's economic uncertainties. Instead, look for other ways, and those other ways I've mentioned some of it. Up your customer service game, add perks, add bring up great offers, mind blowing offers, valuable stuffs, valuable incentives to add to what you're selling. You understand? So I feel by that you will not need and plan ahead. You will not need to keep dropping your price, because if you keep dropping your price, you keep dropping it. Once something happens, Ebola today, COVID-19 tomorrow, last back tomorrow, and you keep dropping your price, my brother, to be very honest, within a twinkle of an eye, you'll be out of business. You're not running a profitable, you're not running an NGO. You understand? You're not running an NGO. You have goals that you want to meet up with. And one of it is to sell, to make profitable sales. You
Hmm.
understand? So that is all I
Hmm.
have to say as regards to that.
Guys, Hassanah is on fire. Trust me, you are on fire right there. You what I heard you saying is that is customer empathy, right? Literally, customer empathy right there. That's what I hear you saying, and that's a very and customer support. That's a very. I mean, I could not think of other way of surfing or thriving in this economy uncertainty. Are you there? Hello. I think there's network glitch on my
Yes,
hand.
there
Are you
is.
there?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
okay, I'm
there.
back. I'm back. Right. What I heard you saying basically, so is customer empathy right there. And in this uncertain time, the question before we speak on this on pricing is actually the psychology. Part of you know factoring psychology is to understand customer empathy as well. I mean, how do you do
Of
that?
course.
Asana has done justice to that already. Like, try to be considerate, like give them a little bit of incentive. That's the point. That's the right keyword right there. Incentive, giving incentive. Everything is hard. Try to communicate with them. Like, this is how much we are also buying, right? And we are saying with this in this particular price, but yet I'll still give you this as a gift or as an incentive. That's the first thing I heard you saying. Another thing is actually the like customer service. I mean, those that points, it's very ultimate, very ultimate. If you could, you know, sales is about communication, all right? And if you could have a very good customer service, to your sales. In fact, despite the economic uncertainty, the your user will not think about the price so much, right? If you could communicate
Mm-hmm.
better to them, if you could explain to them and put them, put yourself in their shoe, with the having the right people around you, having the right team for your customer support, what's it called, approach. So I mean, that is very priceless. As I know, very priceless. So as we are going to be rounding up very soon, but I want you to you know speak to a couple of things before we round up. So don't forget, if you are joining us for the first time, do well to follow us, give us a thumbs up on LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as YouTube. All right. So as I want you to touch on. We've looked at the macro level of selling in during the time of uncertainty. We've looked at the macro level. Let's look at the micro level in terms of the team as a business owner now. For the business owner, I mean, you know, selling in time of uncertainty is an heavy load to the business owner, people that own the business. Those are the people that are really feeling the odds right now, right? The employee are not really feeling it because the business owner maybe is the place is he or she is using is being has not been yet paid for, right? Is thinking about that. Is thinking about a lot of things. So that those stress coming together is a lot for the business owner. Now, if you now look at it, look down the funnel, the stress from the business owner is being pulled down to the employee. All right. So I've worked in a company before whereby, you know, in the morning we do have a meeting in the morning with the CEO of the company. And I discovered that there's a lot of every like is it has been constant. The CEO will be putting pressure on you every morning during the meeting, such that if you are not emotionally okay, you're going to run mad because the way if the way the owner of the client, the owner of the company is putting pressure, like for you to go out there, like is giving you a what's it called now? Um, a target to achieve. Like is like you must achieve this target today. You must achieve it. Like this is too much for employee as well. So now for employee, speak to business owner now. How could they manage them? I think in this time of economic uncertainty, they might need motivation. They might also need incentive as well for them to do well, right? For them to speak well, for them to be able to convince, for them to be able to close more sales. So what can you say in terms of employee as well? What can they do to ensure that they are doing better in terms of sales and to ensure that the owner of the business is also happy?
Okay, okay. All right. Okay. As a friend would say, the friend would say that always a better approach to doing something. All right. I also have worked in companies like that, whereby when anything happens like this, maybe when issues like this come on board, like I can relate. They just pull the pressure down on you, and you just need to, meet the targets. There is ultimatum. But then what I feel is that, to be very honest, as they are putting the pressure on you, they also have pressures on them. You understand? And to be very honest, they have things that they are foreseen, they have goals and objectives that they want the business to achieve at this so period, at this time of the of what's it called of the year. And if they're unable to do it, and let's say, for instance, hello, or it seems his network is not there,
No, no, no.
okay, it's
Speak on.
back.
I'm there. Speak on. I'm there. Speak on. I can hear you.
All right, okay. So, for instance, they have what's it called? They have the pressure being put on themselves as well. Like they have goals and objectives, and they want to achieve it. It might be that maybe they have competitors, and achieving same despite going through you know the same issues. You understand? Despite going through the same issues. So, and they'll be like, no, if this person can do this, we can as well. But then, my advice, firstly, I will firstly start with the employee or employers. So my advice to the employers is to firstly they need to be humane. To be very honest, some employers are not humane. They are business people. My friend would say they are business people. Like they're only interested in their own business. They're only interested in their own brand. They don't care. They don't want to know if you are going through this or that. They just want you to give them results. Give me results. I need results. That's how they do. Give me results. I need results. So one of the things or what's it called? One of the advice I would give the employers is that you have to be lenient. You have to be humane enough. You have to be considerate. You have to put yourself in the shoes of the employees. Truly, they are in business with you because they feel they have one or two ways they can come in for your brand to make it a noteworthy one. You understand? So now you have to, just take it easy on them, but not engaging, what's it called, complacency, not tolerating incompetency, not tolerating, I don't know, laissez-faire attitudes. You understand? But you have to be diplomatic enough. You have to be, I hope you understand. You have to be diplomatic enough. Truly, I want you to achieve this, but I'm considerate. I will achieve it with you. Let's look at it this way. Do you think we should do it this way? Have what's it called, options. Have list of options that they can choose the one that will best suit them. So when they choose the one that will best suit them, they themselves, without being pushed, they are going to do what? They are going to deliver more than you've what's it called, emphasized. Now to the employees, to the employee. It's no longer news that during issues like this or during eras or moments like this, you just have to deliver. You
Hmm.
just have to deliver, you understand? You have to deliver irrespective. You have to deliver. But one of the ways you can deliver effectively, because some people will actually deliver, but they might not deliver effectively. And when they're being communicated to, they will be like, when they're being communicated to, they'll be like, this that they will be like, okay, the boss is not seeing from our own what's it called, point of view. The boss is not, he didn't put measures in place to consider us, to walk in our shoes. But if you are able to communicate with your employer, your employer, bring up strategies, think for the brand as if it's yours. You understand?
Yeah.
If you were to
Your
put yourself in the shoes of the employer,
your voice is
like if
faint.
you,
Hassanah,
hello,
your voice
it's faint. Hello, can you hear me clearly now? Hello, can you hear me?
is breaking a little bit.
Perhaps it's the network. Hello, can you hear me now? Can I
Yes.
continue?
Yes. Perfect. You can continue.
All right. So as I was saying, the employees, they need, one of the ways they can, or what's called, deliver, perfectly or almost perfect, is by communicating. You need to communicate with your employer. And before
Hmm.
you can communicate with your employer, you would have made the brand look like yours. You would have taken the brand or the business as yours. You would have walked the shoes of your employer. You understand? So when you work the shoes of your employer, you'll be able to think, brainstorm, and put strategies in place that will help your, that will fast track your works, that will fast track your assignments with your employer's business. You understand? So you have to communicate. Communication is key. So once you're able to communicate, then you are going to deliver as you should. Then
Hmm. That's
another way as an employee is also to, what's it called, to to be part, to be dedicated, to ingrain yourself fully into the business.
hmm.
If you're not dedicated, if you do not see the business as something that is worth, working hard for, if you do not see the business as something you need to put all your energy into, you understand, you are really going to have issues. You're really going to have issues. It's not that you should do some things, at the expense of yourself, and in the long run, you either injure yourself or put some things on you. No, it's not that. But then you have to be dedicated enough. When you're dedicated, you will not be left out. You will be in the business itself. So you will be in the business, and your mindset and your thoughts will revolve around pushing out quality works, will revolve around, also finding ways to make sure that the tasks you're given are being accomplished and they are being met. You understand? So that's what I have to say for the
Hmm.
employees and the
Woo.
employers in situations like this.
You are on fire. When I say you are on fire, as I know, I mean it. Yeah, I cannot see you move in any way. I think there is a network glitch. Okay, you're back. You're back now. Thank you. So thank you very much. It's been 1 hour 40-minute discussion. This is supposed to be a master class. Right. So thank you very much for all you've
You're
said.
welcome.
I mean, this is a very, very, very important. You've mentioned profound point. In fact, myself, I was noting some things down on my notes on my what's it called on my keep here, Google Keep. So you've made some important point. How you could thrive in this, how business could actually thrive, in this uncertain time. Those all points you've mentioned, I mean, if you could use it as a business owner on this show today, or when you are watching the replay, right? I mean, I am confident, like I assure you of success, despite all odds. I assure you of success. So we will not have time to entertain questions because we've already spent, far more than our time. So I'll just ask Amina to give us a final thoughts on the topic. After that, then tell us where our audience can follow your work on. If you have any product you want to introduce to our audience, let them know. Please do that as quick as possible so that we'll not stay long. I will not take your time anymore.
All right, so final thought is that irrespective of what's happening, irrespective of what life throws at you as a business owner, you need to, look for ways. You need to sit back, re-strategize, and, bring up new ways, new innovative ways to stay on top of your game in your business. Because if you do not, your competitors will take that advantage and they keep winning. They keep winning. I know you want them to win, but then you also need to win. You also need to win. So
Hmm.
Hassanah Bolaji, also known as AG, the Queen of Closers, I empower personal brands and businesses, to grow in revenue, maximize their revenue, what's it called, increase their influence and feasibility. I also help them, get real-time results through tailored approaches. Yes, I work with personal brands and businesses and I deliver with awesome results. Yes, with awesome results. So on IG, that is Instagram, on LinkedIn, on X, which is Twitter, Asana Bolaji, AG, the Queen of Closers. And I'll be looking forward to work with you. Don't worry, once you bring your business or your personal brands to me, I'm going to do justice to help you achieve your aim of starting the business. Thank
Oh,
you.
so you've heard from the Queen herself. Please follow Asana Bolaji on LinkedIn, on Insta, as well as X, all right, which is now Twitter. Please do well. If you got value from this section, you've got to go and follow Asana and keep following our work. And if you also need our service, please don't hesitate to you know, reach out to her. I believe with what she shared, I mean, this is the first time I'm speaking with her. With what she shared, I mean, confidently, I could recommend her, right, for the service. Thank you very much, Asana, for your time
You're
today. So until
welcome.
next time, uh, we'll call it a day. On this time, we are already 1 hour, 19 minutes. So, I mean, you've done justice to the question. Thank you very much. So, we'll speak later and have the very good night rest. Thank you.
And you too. All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.